the beautiful people, Stephilippines here, and welcome back to my channel, everybody. So for today's video, guys, I have a very beautiful guest today because I am with my high school friend. Yes, me, Sam. Will you please introduce yourself?
I'm Sam, and what else? I'm 22 years old. Yes, we're schoolmates in St. Paul College Foundation, and I think we've been friends for quite a long time now, right?
Yeah. You know what, guys? I really idolize this girl because she is
No
really,
way.
really smart. Because I can still remember in high school, she graduated as a valedictorian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was always part of the honors list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
consistently all throughout school year. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really, really smart. And she was also taking political science because she's always wanted to
I,
pursue law, right?
exactly. I've always wanted to be a lawyer, but things happened.
Yeah, what do you mean by things happen?
There's really a lot of factors that has affected my studies. That's why I stopped going to school.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a shocker for a lot of people, especially that they if they would know that I'm the class valedictorian. Like, it's a shame, but just like what I've said, things happen, and I know it's not the end of it. Life is not a race.
Yeah,
Life is not a
exactly.
race.
So I was really surprised when he mentioned to me earlier while we were still inside the taxi that she actually stopped her studies, and then she went to a very prestigious school here in Cebu, right? But we're not gonna mention the school, of course. So what really happened? Like, is it has something to do with financial things, family?
Yeah, mainly that. I had to make a decision, because I was really caught up in the situation, and I had to really make a quick decision in that time, and that is just to give up studies. Although I did have the chance to go back after the incident, but I felt like I was really down bad because of that, because I've been really wanting to just continue studying and not. I didn't even think that I would stop.
Yeah.
But then it happened, so I felt bad about it, and I just focused working, and I kind of liked it. Just like what they said, like if you started earning money, you just don't want to stop. So I didn't really think about going back to school anytime soon, but maybe in the future.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you still have a
Yeah, of
plan to
course,
go
of
to
course.
school.
I'm considering it, of course.
But are you still gonna pursue political science or law, or will you take another course?
About that, it's still debatable. Actually, I'm still debating whether I should took up the same. I mean, I should take up the same course, or maybe I should just shift to another course that's more practical. Because right now, I'm actually thinking of there's actually a situation going on. I've been thinking of processing my requirements because I've been wanting really to just go out of the country.
Oh, so you've always also wanting to go to abroad, like
Yeah,
abroad.
of course.
What country is that you're
Canada.
Canada?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Why? Is it because the salary here in the Philippines is not good enough for you?
Well, that's true. I mean, I can't deny that. That's very, very true. We have to accept the reality in the Philippine setting when it comes to workplace or environment like that. They always ask for fresh. I mean, we're all fresh grads, right?
Yeah.
Like right off the bat, after we graduate, we're all fresh grads with no experience at all. But most establishments here in the Philippines, even the establishments that would only ask for a sales clerk or let's say stores cashier and stuff like that, they always ask for experience. Like, how can we even get experience if we weren't even given a chance to have the experience, right? Because we're
Yeah.
just fresh grads. So
Yeah.
it's really, for me, that's a very weird thing in the Philippines.
Yeah. So aside from that, what are the other things you don't really like about the Philippines?
It's not that I don't like, it's just that I disagree with it. Um,
Or you think that's something that can be improved on?
yeah, our law.
A lot.
Yeah, like the laws providing more, what do you call that, safety to our workers and stuff. There's really a lot of loopholes there. I don't even want to start mentioning it, but yeah, I can see that there's really a lot of loopholes going on. So I just read somewhere on, I think that was on Reddit or on Facebook, that when it comes to international law providing safety and also security to our overseas Filipino workers, the Philippines has the worst law for
Yeah.
that. Like there was this international cruise ship member who, I don't think if I'm sorry if I'm not getting facts here straight, but I think he died because there was an accident in that ship, and there's another Asian personnel that was he's I think he's from Vietnam, but Vietnam law provided more what do you call that, safety, protecting their workers. So, and for the Filipino guy, he was just given compensation, but that was just it. And I don't think compensation is enough for a life that has been,
Yeah,
taken.
that's true. I totally agree with that. They could have done something more than
Yes,
just
yes.
compensating it, right? How about the education here in the Philippines? Do you think the education system here in the Philippines is really good, or also there's something that can be improved on to that?
Yeah, I think there's really still something that we can work on about it. Like, what I notice is that we still follow traditional education, which means there are only few subjects that are reinforced in every classrooms in every schools actually. And if I think I would think myself as a visionary. I would like to. It's not really a visionary because there's a lot of other countries that has been doing this, but I wanted to have more, let's say, things that students can do. Not just we want you to study about science, we want you to study about math, we want you to study about English. That's very basic. I mean, that's everything that should be taught in school, right? But
Yeah.
there's really a lot of other stuff that maybe these students would want to acquire knowledge on. Maybe they wanted to do something about technology. I mean, I do know that there are schools that has this. Oh, what do you call that?
What?
I think it's like Tesla kind of thing.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's just right there. I mean, it stops right there.
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot of space for these kids to hone their skills. Maybe they want something else. They don't really want to be a teacher. They don't really want to be a doctor. They want to be someone else. There's not enough support on that field. So I
Yeah.
kind of want to, reinforce that in every schools here. Maybe we can change that. Maybe we can have another program for students to learn more about technology, since we're all moving fast forward through technology, right?
Yeah, that's
So
true. And aside from that, you mentioned earlier that there is still something, important topic or subject that most of the Filipinos should learn aside from just studying science, math, English, and stuff. Would you agree that sex education as well should be taught in the school?
sex education, I think, is highly stigmatized in the Philippines. I have this friend, and I would also, I'm guilty about this, like, because we weren't taught sex education in school. In high school, I'm sorry, no offense to my school, but we weren't taught that much, right?
Yeah.
I feel like talking about words that is related to sex is such a taboo thing. Like we
Yeah.
try to avoid it as much as we can because that's bad. It kind of feels like illegal,
Legal, yeah.
something like that. So
And then people will give you this disgust.
look,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, if we wanted to control population, if we wanted
yeah,
to have a safe space for the youth, why not talk about it? Why
yeah,
not try reinforcing education about sex and healthy lifestyle to kids or to students at school at such a young age, right?
yeah,
They need to know that because especially right now in the age of TikTok and everything is just online. There's a lot of things that you can learn online, and even parents would agree to this that they can't even control their kids.
yeah.
So instead of it's more of like a preventative measure, so that they would know what would happen if they do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
exactly. So, do you think that until now, sex is still a taboo here in the Philippines? Like, have you heard about most of the Filipinas or just Filipino people in general? They are scared of still talking about it. You know?
in my group of friends, I mean, we're very open about that, but I think there's still a lot of people who thinks talking about it in public, or like, I mean, of course you cannot talk about it loud in public because
Yeah.
that would be very indecent for us. But like, what I'm trying to say here is that I wanted people to understand that sex is part of life, and also
We're
every
the product of sex as well,
exactly,
right?
and like talking about it's because sex education is not just having sex, right?
Yeah,
Sex
exactly.
education is how to protect yourself from having diseases that you can get from from doing
Yeah.
that, from
Yeah.
doing sex. So that includes wearing contraceptives like condoms, IUDs,
Pills,
pills.
like
That's
birth
right.
control
I
pills.
feel like even if you just buy condom and then you're maybe of the right age, you're 18 and plus, of course, you want it to be responsible of your actions. So you buy
Yeah.
that. So you can, you don't wanna risk having
Yeah.
a baby knowing that you're not stable.
Yeah, and you're also not mentally, financially, emotionally ready,
Ready,
right? But you
exactly.
know what? Funny thing here in the Philippines is that there are a lot of people, women, men, that they are really confident to go to 7-Eleven, drugstore to buy condoms or any birth control pills, but as soon as they do that, other people that surrounds them actually will give them like, "Ooh, why are they going to buy that? They're gonna have a sex there like that, you know."
I mean, I would be a hypocrite if I would say I wasn't part of that crowd back then. I would say
Me too.
yeah, I would say, are they gonna do something? I
uh,
used to make fun of it, but then as I grow up, I realized it's not really I realized it's something that I failed to realize sooner.
yeah,
Now it's normal.
completely
It is
normal.
completely normal, and they're just being responsible, more responsible than me, because they know that they're not capable of doing or producing someone or another creature because they're not financially, emotionally, mentally
Right?
able
Yeah.
yet. So I don't understand why we still stigmatize that, um, especially in the advent of technology. I mean, everything is changing, and
Now we're gonna talk about love or dating. Just
okay,
dating.
sure.
How do you define love?
How do I define love? Well, that's hard. That's actually like before I keep on asking that same question to my friends, like, how would you say that you're in love, or how would you know that you're in love, right? At first I would say if I feel butterflies in my stomach, if I see him I go giggling and stuff. But I realized the definition of love is not constant because it's a feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
And feelings differ from each person. I may feel warm and I feel like I'm flying all over the place if I see him, or maybe I feel at peace, or maybe I'm filled with happiness inside. It differs from person to person. But for me, with my current situation, I would say love for me is more of like a peaceful feeling. Like if I feel like I'm safeguarded, if I feel like I'm safe in his arms, Char.
And his
Love for me, it has really evolved a lot throughout the ages. Like for me, if I know that this person is thinking about our future, then I consider it love.
love.
Because if he thinks about our future, that means he wanted me for long term, right? It's not just okay, we're just dating just for fun. He wanted us to have a stable life. He doesn't want me to suffer, right? I think that's
Yeah.
also a definition of love. Like
I noticed that you're actually not active in social medias. Like, she completely, like have a privacy life now. So why is that? Why? Because there's a lot of Filipinas. Even me, I post, but not a lot. Okay, just post. Especially now that I'm on YouTube. Of course, I feel like I'm obligated to post something to be active on YouTube. But why do you choose? I mean, why did you choose to completely just shut off your Instagram or, you know?
yeah, it's not really shut off my life from people, but better word for it, the better term for it is that I just want to keep my life private because I did had that phase wherein I really want to be
Validated.
validated by people around me. I really want to be around people. I would say I was an extrovert. I want people to like my pictures. I want people to say I'm beautiful in my pictures. I keep on posting because I feel the pressure from these people that they wanted like they want me to show more, right? And I feel like it's kind of tiring, especially in social media. There's just too much. It's not true anymore. Like I don't feel the realness. I don't feel the authenticity of it. And also, I feel like the main use of my social media before was just to show off. But then I realized contentment is the key to life. Like, if you are contented with what you have right now, you wouldn't worry a lot about tomorrow. But basically, it's more of like the past life experiences that has made me realize that I don't really need all of these validations because I am worthy of my own opinion of myself. Like, I don't really need you to tell me how I look because if I look at myself in the mirror and I tell myself I am pretty, I am loved, I am worthy, I am great. And that's it.
Yeah.
There's no one who can ever tell you that you're not, because just like I think I can connect that to what they say, that your greatest enemy is yourself.
Yeah. So basically, you're just saying that you're not letting anyone's opinion tell you otherwise, or you're not letting anyone like how to live your own life,
Exactly.
right? I asked you earlier, remember that, did you choose to stop, going to school, or you just had to do it? And then you said you just had to do it because you left with no choice but to just stop pursuing it because it has something to do with financial matter or with your family.
Yeah.
So basically, you're saying you're a family breadwinner now. So how is it, how is it like being a family breadwinner?
Um, it's hard actually.
And you're the eldest, right?
Yeah, I'm the eldest. It's very hard because since high school, it's not, I work my ass off, but it's in school setting. Like, I work my ass off. I really want to be on top always because of the
Yeah.
pressure that the family puts on me. I think it's the normal setting for Asian families or
Yeah.
Asian households. Like, as long as you're the eldest, or you have to be the smart ones, you have to be, the good ones.
Yeah, the responsible one.
Yeah, there's no room for mistakes.
Yeah.
Basically. So in high school, it was really a tough time for me because I didn't really enjoy much of my high school because I was just worried about me not getting into the top, and like not satisfying my parents, what do you call that, parents idea of me, or my parents, what do you call that, expectations,
From you.
exactly. I don't want to fail them.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like I'm their only way out of poverty. So it's really, really hard. Like, everything is right here and here, right? So
Yeah.
once I make mistakes, even just a small mistake, there's a really big punishment for that. So growing up with that kind of setting or mindset, I've learned to be independent. I don't really, it's not that bad bitch energy, it's not something like that, but it's not something that I should, like, that you should be proud of. Because, I mean, yeah, it could be something that you should be proud of because, at least you work your ass off, but it's more of like, it's a trauma that has formed me to be like this. I don't like the way of how I learn things because I learned it the hard way, and they said the best teacher is learning it the hard way, and some stuff like that.
Through experiences.
Yeah, through experiences, exactly. But like, it's just so hard. It's a very touchy matter, actually. So,
Yeah.
it's just so hard being a breadwinner and thinking about how would you put yourself in a situation wherein you can satisfy your family's needs and expectations of you, and how can you also place yourself in the middle ground wherein you can also make yourself happy.
Yeah, where you can also get to enjoy things that
Yeah.
you've always like wanted to do, right?
It's always going to be, you have to make just one choice or sacrifice other.
So now, since we are already talking about family, what's one thing that you don't really like about the toxic Filipino mentality? You know, or just Filipino family mentality
It's that this is for parents.
for parents.
Yeah, it's that their kids are like they treat kids as their insurance to a better life.
Yeah,
And
exactly. I
I see
mean,
your
it's so
eyes.
embarrassing, right? It's so embarrassing to admit that, but it is what it is, guys.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
go
is what
ahead.
is it? Yeah, I feel like most family Filipino settings that they make sure that their kids really finish college, and they put them through all these hurdles, and after finishing college they have to provide for their family. I mean, of course we have to provide for our families, we have to give up to our parents because they really supported us all the way throughout. But how about for those people who has not been supported that much?
Yeah.
Or let's say they have been supported all throughout, but why would they ask for a lot from their kids? Like for example, what if their kid has just started working and they ask for too much already? Like you have to pay for this, you have to pay for
Yeah.
that, and it's like you're saying it right into my face that you are like actually it's what they said. Yeah, we are the key for them to go out from poverty. Like we have to pull them out from poverty, right? We are the only key, or we are the only person who is responsible for solving this nightmare for them.
Yeah.
And like that's why it leads up to right family decisions and stuff. Like if you can't really provide well for your family or for your kids, why would you go through all these, why would you inflict all these traumas to your kids, knowing very well that when they grow up, you're just gonna use them as your way out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm making any sense right now, right?
Yeah, it makes sense actually. And also, aside from insurance, they also make us like life. What I mean, retirement plan.
Yeah.
You are in a relationship right now, right?
Mm-mm.
Are you guys doing the 50-50? Like you should pay this, and I'm also gonna pay this.
Oh right, yeah,
Or
yeah, of
it's
course.
you're just like depending everything to your boyfriend.
No, no, no,
Absolutely not.
absolutely not. I mean,
Yeah.
I have my own money. Why would I ask it? I mean, if he would like to give, I would very much appreciate it. But if not, then that's fine with me. And yeah, we practice the 50-50 because that's how it should be. It's not just guys should, give all these things to their
Yeah,
girlfriends.
exactly.
Because you have your own hands and, feet. Girls,
can work
you
as
can
well.
work as well. Exactly.
So, what can you say to those Filipinas who are only financially depending themselves to a foreigner or to just men in general?
I mean, I've seen a lot of, things on TikTok saying, "Oh, I would love the sugar daddy." As tempting as it may be, I'm just not used to it. Okay, I
Yeah.
mean, people have different ideas about it, but for me, I would say it's much better if you provide it for yourself.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, as long as your partner is there providing something for you, that's enough. You don't have to ask for too much. Because that's not the basis of how you love each other, right? Or that's not you should measure how much he loves you.
Yeah.
It's not with material things, it's not with money. It's how much effort he puts into the relationship.
Yeah. This is my last question, guys. What do you think is scarier? Being alone forever and not having kids and family, or just settling for the wrong person?
Much harder choice would be settling with a person, the wrong person. If the wrong person that we're talking about is someone who can possibly do domestic abuse and sort of things like that, of course I wouldn't want to be with someone who would make me a punching bag, right?
Yeah.
I've already faced a lot of shit in my life. Oh, sorry. I've already faced tons of, hardships in my life, and ending my life with someone who would give me more hardships, I don't think that's a good idea. So,
Okay. So you would rather be alone than be
Yeah.
with someone that can't give you peace of mind, as you've said earlier,
Yes,
right?
because just like what I said, love is peace.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I think that's it for today, guys. So I hope you liked the video and you love the lovely guest today.